Hi, my name is Kaitlyn. I'm 25 years old. I am originally from California, but now I live in Middletown, Ohio. I go to Brielle Church, and this is my story. I grew up with an amazing mom and dad. I was blessed with great parents, and I still consider them my best friends, and they gave me a great life. We did have some struggles growing up. Mainly, I had an alcoholic stepfather who was very cruel, and primarily to my older brother, and that made him very hurt and angry, and so he took that anger out on me for a really long time. I always tried to stay positive. That was who I was and how I defined myself, but it definitely got harder, wore me down, and it just kind of went downhill when I went to college because I was separated from my family. I really did fall into temptation. I was surrounded by people that were, telling me all college kids make dumb decisions, go and party and make mistakes. It's part of life and stuff. And I really believed that lie. And maybe it was because of that and living in Los Angeles, but I became a very self-centered and materialistic person. I was going to be successful, make lots of money, have name brand things. That's how I defined myself at that point. The more I fell into my sinful behavior, the farther away I pulled from my parents. And when I was around them, I would act like the old me so that they wouldn't notice I wasn't being me anymore. I think part of it was pride. I didn't want to admit. I knew that I was doing wrong, and I didn't want to admit that my behavior did not reflect how they raised me to be. And I think another part of it was shame. I didn't want them to see the kind of person I was becoming. I knew that they loved me, but I was disappointed in myself, and I didn't want them to be disappointed in me. When I was 20, I went through a very traumatic event, and I just got way worse. I was afraid to tell people. I thought people would look at me differently if they knew, so I didn't tell anybody about what happened for over a year. And I just carried that guilt and shame and pain every single day. I was convinced that nobody would ever love me because I didn't even love myself. I hated myself, and it was my own doing. It was my fault. Fast forward 4 years to February of 2020, I was going through a very painful breakup from a toxic relationship, and I'd only lived in Ohio at this point for 6 months. I had no friends, I had no family, no boyfriend. I was completely alone and really depressed. One night, I was working as a waitress at Applebee's and not having a good day. And this group of people came into my section, and they were just the most genuine and kind people I had met in a long time. And we just got to talking. I loved hanging out with them, and the night ended with them inviting me to church. They gave me the address, and Jeanette, she gave me her number. I went that very next week to Brielle Church for the first time, and it was the first time I'd ever heard the gospel, really heard it, and it changed my life. To know that God knows me and loves me completely, that my past doesn't matter to Him, that nothing I do can make Him turn away or stop loving me was the most incredible thing to know, and it completely set me free. When I raised my hand and proclaimed that I wanted to accept Jesus Christ into my heart as my Lord and Savior, I just felt this weight lifted off my shoulders. And 5 months later, I was baptized at the church, and it was one of the best days of my life. Jesus forgiving my sins gave me the ability to finally forgive myself. I don't have to carry that shame anymore, because all those decisions and all those mistakes, they led me here to Him. And I know that I can use my past pain to help other people, and I can show other people the awesome power of God and what He can do for you and how He can transform your life. The old me is gone. I look back and I don't even know that person anymore. It's not me. He's changing me to be someone who's loving, who's forgiving, and who can have joy no matter what's going on. And He gave me this amazing community of people that have been so supportive of me while I've been on this journey to know Christ more intimately. I'm just so grateful to have this new life that He's given me. It's the most wonderful and beautiful thing to know that you are not alone in this world ever, no matter what. And I finally know where I belong, and nothing can take that from me. I am loved and cherished by my Lord and Savior. He's never going to leave me, and I know nothing will ever separate me from him.